Hello students, I hope you all doing well. So today's lesson we are going to finish the rest of the parts of speech. So we stopped here, adverbs, so let's begin. So the fifth kind of parts of speech is the verb, adverbs. So let's find out. Adverb, a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. So what is the function of adverb? The function is to modify a verb. Also modifies an adjective, or we can say an adverb also modifies another adverb. So adverb has three functions. Okay, the first function to modify a verb, the second function is to modify an adjective, and the third function is to modify another adverb of its own kind. Okay, so another thing, adverbs answer the question of how, when, where. Okay? So, what basically an adverb does is this. It answers, in a given sentence, an adverb answers the question of how, when, and where. Let's find out. First of all, for when. Now, yesterday, then. So if you see any of these in a sentence, be sure that you have an adverb. Just like this example, I spoke to him yesterday. So be sure you have an adverb. This sentence or the kind of part of speech is adverb. How do you know? Because we have yesterday. So basically you have to remember these words. For when, you have to remember these three words. For where, we have another three words. There, here, and away. I ran there, right? You ran where, right? You ran there. You tells us the place, right? So where is for place, okay? The third one, how? Quickly, beautifully, lazily, strangely, and we have so many other words, okay? So this is an example. She runs quickly, okay? So here, this is the adverb, guys. Quickly is the adverb, and here, there is the adverb, which is related to place or where. And here, these are the adverbs. I spoke to him yesterday, so this is the adverb, okay? So, yesterday here modifies when did I spoke to him, when, right? And here, where, modifies the verb, modifies the verb, okay? Where did you run? Tell us the place. I run there, right? And for how, listen, she runs how? She runs, we can't say she runs there. Well, we can also say that, but here it is a little bit different. It tells us how she runs. Quickly, slowly, lazily, right? Strangely. So, another example. He finished his homework lazily. Again, this is the adverb, and here we have the adverb. So basically, these words are adverbs. Quickly, beautifully, lazily, strangely, there, for where, there, here, away, and for when, now, yesterday, then. So if you see any of this in a sentence, they are definitely adverbs. Okay? Number 6, conjunction. Conjunction, they are words that join words or groups of words. So their function is to combine, to join words together. Okay? We have two types of conjunctions. Or actually we have three types, but we're just going to talk about two types of them. The first type here, as you can see, is coordinating conjunctions, such as for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So these are, we call, coordinating conjunctions. If you see any of these in a sentence, any of these, be sure the sentence is conjunction. The part of speech, the kind of part of speech, or the type of part of speech is conjunction. So you also have to memorize, or you have to remember in a way, these words. We call it coordinating conjunctions, and if you see any of them in a sentence, be sure it is conjunction. Okay? This is an example. I have got a home, but I haven't got a car. Okay, so this is the conjunction. This is the coordinating conjunction. It joins two sentences together, or two groups of words, we can say. Okay? So that's the function of conjunction. It joins sentences, words, group of words together. Okay? And the reason, you may ask, the reason I underline the first letter of each words, right? An easy way to remember these groups of words, is to combine the first letter of each word, F, A, N, B, O, Y, S, and all of them, I didn't write it here. Well, if you combine all the letters together, you will have fanboys. If you combine all these letters together, you will get the word fanboys, an easy way to remember all these words, okay? The second type of conjunction, subordinated conjunctions. Also, we have a certain set of words. Before, we have before, after, during, until, whereas. So again, if you see any of this, it is of course subordinating conjunctions, and what is the parts of speech, we can say it is conjunction. Okay? So before, after, during, until, whereas, these are subordinating conjunctions. An example, after they pass the town, they must turn left. You have the subordinating conjunction here. So, because we have after here, so it is of course conjunction. The seventh type of parts of speech is prepositions. Prepositions, they are words that show the relationship between a noun or pronoun and another words in a sentence in terms of space, time, logic. So, prepositions, an easy way to understand prepositions is to divide prepositions in terms of three sections. The first section is space, the second one is time, and the third one is logic. Okay? So, for space, we have in, below, above, under, outside, within. So if you see any of these prepositions, in, above, below, under, outside, within, okay, so be sure you have a prepositions, okay? For in the box, okay? Below the table, above the table, under the table, outside the box, within the box, okay? So these are prepositions for space, okay? Let's see what do we have prepositions for time. So this was for space, okay guys? Let's find out. Time, preposition for time. We have during, while, after, at, and so many other things. So, an example, I did my homework after I ate. So now you may ask this question, how can we differentiate, how can we know the difference between this type of after, which was in conjunction, and this other type of after, which is in preposition? So an easy way to remember and to differentiate between these two types of after is this. Something here, listen, something happens in this preposition type. Something happens to after. Listen, I did my homework after I ate. So, when did you do your homework? After I ate. So, something happened after I ate, right? Something comes before you did your homework. So, what did you do before your homework? You ate, and then you did your homework. This is an easy way to know the difference between those two types of after. Okay? And for logic, for, of, concerning, despite, and so many other words. But you just have to remember these words, guys. No more. Okay? Just these 4 words, and here, these 4 other words. Okay? Uh, so for logic, we have an example. I bought groceries for my mother. Again, you have for. Okay, so for here is um, a preposition which is used for logic. And how can we know this is logic? I bought groceries. So why did you buy groceries, right? So it is logic. It is reason. So basically, why did you buy groceries? I bought them for my mother, right? So this tells us the reason. This tells us the logic. The logic of why did you buy the groceries? Okay, the reason. Okay? And the final type of parts of speech, we have interjections. They're really easy uh, to identify in a sentence. So they're words used to determine emotional reactions through some kind of exclamation. Exclamation means exclamation marks. So this is the exclamation mark, just in case if you don't know. These are exclamation marks, okay, at the end of the words. So, what is the function of interjections? It shows emotional reactions, okay? Just like, oh, ouch, whoa, blah, right? So these are exclamation at the end of the words, and the words they're all interjections. We just have these four um, interjections. So if you see any of these in a given sentence, be sure that you are dealing with the interjection. Okay? Easy as that. So I will be posting your homework by tonight. So stay tuned and watch the video, please.